Welcome to the Jocks of Comedy. As many of you, well, I guess you're about to find out. So today, real special treat, replacing Ned Arnold is
Yeah, not
last
permanent.
name unknown.
Yeah,
Snipes.
yeah. No, Snipes is my last name.
Oh, okay.
And my first name is Warren. As I tell everybody when they meet me, first name Warren, middle name Dean. If you ever need to get my attention, you're welcome to call me those names. However, it's very hard to go up in New York when you get somebody with a thick Yankee accent saying Warren. It's just it's hard to feel, like amped up to stay amped up. So I ran into that early on and just went with Snipes.
Snipes it is.
And most of my life I went by Snipes. It was kind of a punk rock thing.
Gotcha.
Got called, I have had a shoot. I was called Warren Pieces when I was a punk. When I was a punk, I was also called Nick Knack. So those names are still floating around too. But yeah, Snipes is what I perform under. You got more than you bargained for on that answer, didn't you?
Yeah, have you ever seen the movie Battle of the Bulge?
Which one?
The 1965 one.
Yes, I have. Yeah, of course.
Charles Bronson.
Yes, of course.
I just watched it last
Oh
night.
yeah, it's a
It was
great
really
one.
sick.
I didn't know if there'd been a new one or something. No, I've seen that one.
Yeah, they got this.
Bronson's great.
Yeah, they got this
in everything.
German commander, and he's so they got to get the tanks in under 50 hours. And
Yeah.
So the German commander, like one of the tanks blows up, and he's like, "Sergeant, why has my tank blown up?" And he's like, "But sir, we do not have enough time to clear the mines. We have not had any pre-ahead schedule." "I do not care if your men get blown up by the mines. You shall walk in front of my tanks until we have cleared the objective."
That's pretty good.
That's
there.
pretty sick.
You're
Yeah,
nailing
yeah,
that
yeah.
impression
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that guy's a great
Yeah,
character actor in
Yeah,
that
for a
movie.
Nazi movie.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I can play Nazi.
Totally gay too, like just reading totally gay the whole time.
Who,
Yeah,
the Nazis?
the Nazis. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I've always
yeah,
wondered if
yeah.
they did that on purpose or like what they had such horrible.
Good looks. Male
Yeah,
good
yeah,
looks.
yeah, and I mean, the Nazis. I mean, like aside from the whole Jew killing thing.
Do you think their problem was being gay?
No. I don't.
Yeah.
Listen, no. Within their culture, like it was a total low key thing within the Nazi thing. I think they all swung that way. But if you were, it was
Yeah.
like being in Rome. If it got found out, you were
Yeah,
killed
yeah, yeah,
immediately.
yeah,
We cannot stand on the Nazis as pro gay ever. We cannot do that
You
because
think the Nazis,
they did horrific
their big
things.
issue was like they were like closetedly gay.
I don't.
And then, like all
a
the
little
straight
bit of that going
guys-
on.
you
Yeah, a
think
little
the
bit of that
The
going
straight
on.
guys just they like Budweiser and like BMW.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's the ruling element which had their
Mhm.
freaky shit going on, and then there's just the soldier guys that were just
Big
fighting.
ass guys.
Yeah,
We're just following orders.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like they had infantry, they had a draft, they had all the shit that we had in America. And if somebody tried to dodge the draft in America during World War II, they were imprisoned.
cool.
No, they were imprisoned immediately. It was
No?
only in Vietnam where draft dodging became
my
popular.
great-grand-
Nobody dodged. There were conscientious objectors in World War II.
My
but-
great grandfather, he didn't fight in World War II, and my grandmother said it was the most economically productive time of his life.
Yeah.
He got promoted at a sales job that he worked
Is that
at.
Yeah.
in Germany?
Yeah, and then he bought a house afterwards. So
Wow.
it was a good
Well,
year for him.
I mean, the economy was great. You want to have a good economy, have a war. We're kind of manifesting that now. But yeah, my grandpa was a Marine in, oh my God, I don't know, a Marine in World War II.
Biologist?
No, a Marine, and he threw his knee out throwing craps.
Throwing, so you're
Yeah.
collecting crabs.
No,
on
he
the
was
shore
no,
and
he
threw
was
his feet
playing.
like, ah!
No, he was playing craps in the
Yes,
dorm
so he
and
was
threw his
having-
knee out.
He was
Playing craps and got medical discharge, but he did enlist and did go to boot camp.
What
Yeah,
is
but
playing crabs? Is that like you're
Not
like
crabs.
having sex with prostitutes and
No.
you're like, maybe I get it, maybe I
no,
don't.
no,
Who
it was
knows?
craps. It's a dice game. It's a
Oh,
dice
you're talking about
craps.
dice.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
yeah.
dice game. Craps.
Uh-huh.
And I don't even know if that was true. I do know that there was a lot. He had Marine shit hanging everywhere.
Jackson, you're a big gambler.
I like
Are you
to play blackjack a lot, and I like to gamble on sports.
Mm.
And if you really like to gamble, check out FanDuel. That's right. Jocks of Comedy is sponsored by FanDuel. If you need the picks, you can look at Jackson's
Is that
baseball
true?
corner. Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Jackson's baseball corner. So I just wanted to reiterate, if you want a sweet deal on the next Yankees game, type in Jocks of Comedy on FanDuel.com, and you'll get 20% off of your next bet. That's right.
That's right. Use
off.
code Jocks. That's
Can I go on record and
20%
say,
off.
know your limits with gambling, please? I will just. Yeah.
Don't even fucking worry about your limits.
Yeah, don't-
Fortune favors the bold. Dude, you trying to be a winner or a pussy?
goodness.
All right.
All right, so
If you haven't lost your third house, you're a pussy.
Yeah. Are you trying to go
I've
off
lost
to World
houses.
War, Are you trying to go off to World War II and get killed by gay Nazis, or are you trying to fucking fuck housewives in Philadelphia? Okay. Let's think about it. Let's sit down and think.
I lost my houses the old-fashioned way, divorce.
You owned a house?
Yeah, owned 2 houses.
Man.
Holy.
2
How'd you lose the first one?
in the divorce. Yeah.
Well, no. What was it? How'd you get it? What was your job? Did you get?
I was a rough facsimile of a rock musician, and my wife was a model, and
That's sick.
yeah, she was a runway model in Dallas. There's a place called the Apparel Mart in Dallas. It's actually a larger World Trade Center than the old one, which went down. That's what they used to say. They quit saying that after the other one went down. But they have they like a whole floor is devoted to fashion, and they have one of the largest fashion weeks in the world there in Dallas. And yeah, this was all in the 80s. Late 80s.
What job did you have?
Playing in bands?
Yeah, I played in bands and sold ecstasy.
You sold ecstasy,
Yeah.
and then-
It's a good way to get a model.
So you sold
Yeah,
ecstasy,
yeah.
and then you used that money. And this is outside Dallas in the 80s?
Yeah.
So you could buy, if you're buying...
Yeah, we got good deals on the houses.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's not that way now, but
No.
but then it was a vibrant market.
So you could sell, this is the economy as it was, is you used to be able to sell ecstasy to people of any age, and
Date a model.
and be able to buy a home, and you can barely sell ecstasy and afford an apartment in New York these days.
Yeah, well,
Man, what happened to the American dream?
I tell you, when I sold ecstasy, I got it for about $4 a hit, and I sold it for 25 to 30. It was
in the 80s?
yeah, it was
That's
a fucking
sick.
great time. Great time.
That's fucking
Now
sick.
the X is not as I'd hardly even call it ecstasy compared to what we
Molly,
had.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Molly they say is ecstasy, but it's low graded. So I hear
Well,
people
ecstasy had a little bit of meth in it sometimes.
well, it's molecularly similar to methamphetamine.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
what it
remember
rocks.
the ecstasy we would take. You would fascinate on fabrics. This is the most wonderful fabric. Like
Yeah.
whoever you took it
Well, 'cause
with,
you
you
got
fall in
fucking-
love with.
You got
Yeah.
500 Egyptian thread count sheets because you're making so much money in the
Yeah.
economy buying
Yeah, she was
homes.
into
It's like,
she
I'd
was
be
into stuff like
fascinated.
that. I
So
never.
why did she divorce? Now, did she divorce you because you were selling ecstasy?
No, it's just a rock and roll wedding in the first place, and we
Gotcha.
split apart.
Shotgun wedding?
Huh?
Shotgun
No. Just we just got married to have a beautiful wedding and get a badass house and live there as long as we could. Like there wasn't any long term planning. There wasn't even like we're gonna have kids or anything. She's dead now.
The hottest thing you can do to a woman is tell her I'm gonna like fucking marry you.
Yeah,
And then you don't gotta get
that's the best time
you
of the
don't
whole
gotta get
relationship
you don't
right
gotta,
there.
Yeah, like 5 months in, you'd be like, I'm just gonna fucking marry you, and then
Yeah.
you don't gotta get into any like the weird sex shit. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Oh well,
you're just like
we had some pretty good sex. That was a big part of
you
it.
can have like good sex, but it's like none of the like I have to work for it. You can just be like, yeah. I love you, I'm gonna marry you, and then that'll work for another couple months.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
How long do you think that it takes for that to like wear off?
Oh God. Well, with us, I mean, our marriage lasted less than 2 years, and we had pretty good sex life. What's wild is we had to live in the house together after we knew we were going to split up, and we never had better sex than when we knew we were not going to be together anymore. It was a good time.
So what year did you buy the house?
God, it's got to be 89, 90.
89, 90,
something
okay.
like that. I'm horrible with years.
No.
Yeah,
So it could be
it's all a
79,
blur.
80.
Nah, I was too young. Too
Okay.
young then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roughly around my late teens, early 20s.
I got
somewhere
you.
around there.
Yeah. Teenagers buying homes. You know what I mean? Reagan was in office. Totally normal.
Oh man, it
So
was a good time.
fucking, she divorces you, or you divorce her.
We had a mutual
Yeah.
divorce. We were sick to death of each other by the time it was over with.
Yeah. I mean, you can only fuck one woman for so long.
Yeah,
right?
well, I mean, it was more than that. It was the problem with getting married to have a beautiful wedding is when the wedding's over. There's and
there's bills.
yeah, there's
There's
bills,
bills,
and
yeah.
then the house is beautiful when you first get it, but then you're partying in it all the time. The neighbors are calling the cops. It just goes downhill.
So you fucking sell the house. Did you make it?
Nothing.
You probably lost money. on
Lost
this one.
money.
Lost a lot of money.
Lost
I'm
a
sure.
lot of money.
Yeah,
Lost
yeah.
a lot of money on that house.
I'm sure.
And then the second home.
Barely owned it.
Where was this?
Burleson, something like that.
Berlin,
Burleson,
Texas?
No, Burleson or Carrollton.
Burleson, Texas.
Carrollton, something
Carrollton,
like.
Texas.
Yeah, something like that.
In Texas?
Yeah, I think that's ironic. There's a comedian, Tebbs G. He's from Carrollton. He came from Carrollton. He moved here from Carrollton. So I always talk with him about Carrollton.
So Carrollton, was Carrollton outside of... What is it, Carrollton a suburb of?
Well, it's all called the Metroplex. Like they like to try, but
is
it's about 20 miles outside of Dallas proper. You go up Central Expressway, then you go down 635.
So
and,
you're going like towards Denton, towards fucking...
Yeah, towards Denton.
Gotcha.
Yep,
Okay,
towards
so
Denton.
Next to where the fucking Cowboys play.
Yeah, well, now that Irving Stadium, then you would, if you took the right route to get to Denton, you would drive right past Irving Stadium. But
Gotcha.
since they moved it out to Arlington, you only see the stadium if you're driving down, I think,
yeah.
360 now. I think you have to be going down 360 or something like that.
You're close enough to where the Cowboys play.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh man,
you're not bored during the fall.
I had a lot of friends then that were into cards. Like it was a huge thing then. Cards, various sports
Like
cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, sports
No,
cards.
right.
I don't know if it's still big now, but I had.
Like guys like putting on fucking dual decks, you know what I mean? Like
No,
buying
sports
homes,
cards like the
putting on
athletes
fucking-
on it, and then there's vintage cards and things like that.
You
It's an
talking about
industry.
like Joey, what do you mean?
There used to be
like a
baseball
Kaiba
cards
starter
and
deck?
football cards, and they used to make cards. There were huge brands that made cards, and I had it's selling ecstasy. You run into
and you got
It was where it was the equivalent of sports gambling then. Okay, like
Buy-
online game,
buy
because you would buy a
baseball
card and hope it would raise in value,
I
and
got you.
It was whole different time.
So the second home, what was it?
And anyway, I'm sorry. The result of that was
You barely owned it? Did
oh,
you
the
say?
second house, yeah, I barely owned it. As soon as the marriage was over, quit making payments. I probably still owe money on it.
Oh,
Yeah, probably. So yeah, these were rock and roll weddings, man. It was just stupid, stupid shit.
Yeah, so the second.
And when you get married, they offer you all kinds of financing and shit. Like I don't know if they still do that,
So
but
do you recommend to any of the listeners getting married?
fuck yeah, do it, do it, man, do it.
Do you
Do
feel
it.
like you've ever been in love, Snipes?
Love has nothing to do with
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Right, Snipes?
I've either never been in love or I've been in love thousands of times. It's one or the other. It's one or the other.
Shit, okay.
It's one or the other.
That's like some Planet of the Apes type shit.
Yeah.
That would be cool to just
Yeah.
get married for fun.
Yeah, I mean-
everyone's making it a big deal. Like let's just
That's what the 50s were like, right?
Yeah, it was, and I tell you, the 80s was kind of the last extension of that 50s mentality. I mean, you really
Okay.
felt like you had to get married. We
Yeah.
still believed you needed to get married to legitimize your love.
My mom is like that actually.
Yeah.
My fucking mom and dad, they just like doing drugs together. And then my mom fucking conceived. She had an abortion before me. She conceived me like 4 months later.
But for the grace of God.
And then she was like, because my family was like real big evangelical at the time, and then she was like, I can't do another abortion. I feel awful.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, my great grandfather was like, you got to marry Peter Quest. and so then they married for like 11 months and then split up.
Well, that was a lot of the, believe it or not, even as we were punk and shit, my family and her family both times was like, y'all have to get married. You can't be living in sin. You
Living in
can't
sin
be,
is
yeah,
bad,
yeah, they were on us constantly. And
Well, let's just
and
look at the
even-
facts. When you were married and living in Holy Union, you had a house.
yeah,
And then each time you let go of this fucking Holy Union, you lose the house.
yeah, and a
So-
record. I lost a record store too
And
to
a record.
marriage.
That's
yeah,
bigger
yeah,
than the
yeah.
fucking house.
Yeah, that's the one that hurt. That was on the
So
third
you
one.
owned a record
You owned
store?
your own record store?
Yeah.
What was it called?
CDX and AWOL Records, 2717 Main in
Yeah.
and that's which is it's in Deep Ellum. Deep Ellum is the party
Oh,
punk
that
place
used to be
in
cool,
yeah
right?
in
Yeah.
well it's still cool now, but it's all
Well,
touristy.
it's all gentrified,
Back
right?
yeah, well I mean gentrification's a weird word. If people stay, it's not gentrification, but if they come in and raise the property values and get all the poor people out and then leave, that's fucked
In
up.
my
But
opinion, the only cool places are those like Mexican bars that have like the prostitutes that just like hang out. Like,
I've been to them.
You know what I'm talking about? The ones that are just.
I've been to a donkey show before, man.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
yeah,
about
I've
like
heard
places
about
that are
those.
just
Yeah.
like in North Jersey, and then it's like. You have to
Oh,
pay
you mean
money.
stateside?
Yeah.
Wow,
those
okay,
are the only
yeah.
cool places left in the United States, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
I went to some brothel things in Vegas a few
Okay.
times, but I did not participate. I went and just
You,
yeah,
no, because
yeah.
you were living in holy matrimony.
No. I don't. Listen. I'd much I'd much prefer hang out with a prostitute than participate in there.
Politician.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of her traumatic story in the end. Like I'd much rather
Well,
just
the
hang out
thing-
with her and shit.
The
Yeah,
thing
and
with
I was around.
prostitutes is they're all like just actually incredibly boring.
Yeah.
Because usually,
Well,
like if you're smart,
they can get drugs.
You are. You know what? I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Snipes. Let's tell us about this record store.
It was a punk rock record store,
Mhm.
and
What do you think the favorite like punk rockers are? Like the Beatles?
yeah. No, let's see. We sold like we
You,
specialized in vinyl.
Yeah. Like what?
So it was
Okay.
and CDs were just becoming a
so you
thing.
you
so
had the Thriller album.
we did have Michael Jackson Thriller on
That's a
vinyl.
good
We
fucking
did.
song,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, the whole album's great. And
Jackson, you ever heard Thriller?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. That's
Can
like
you do the dance.
honestly, Thriller is like one of my least favorite Michael Jackson
You
songs.
are a
it,
fucking
I gotta
nerd.
say,
Uh,
Thriller is one of my least favorite Michael Jackson
I like
songs
Billie
too.
Jean.
I
I
have
bet
to.
you guys think he raped the kids.
I like
No, I do not.
Yeah, see, I
I'll
don't know,
stand on
yeah,
that mountain.
'cause I know
I-
artists.
Jean is great.
I-
Man in the Mirror is my favorite.
Oh yeah, I like Man in
Beat
the
It's
Mirror.
good.
Yeah,
Something
but that's
about
not-
Thriller,
yeah.
it just doesn't do it for me. It's I
You
don't know why.
You
It's
don't
just
like fun.
Well, Billie Jean is
it's too
one of the
fun,
best.
bro. There's too much going on.
You think you don't play? You think it's like a Nazi officer song? You
Wow,
think the
you just
Nazi
said-
officers were like, "All right, Panzer units,
I just
turn
don't-
on, have the record at the right moment so we can be in sync."
You really
I
like
I
that
want a
Nazi
song- I
impression.
just want a song to be a song, you know?
Yeah.
Like, why does it have to be all Halloweenish? Like, I just let it be a
What-
like.
what is
if they
more-
play it every Halloween
What is
party.
more Halloweenish than a Nazi officer who is going to rape his prisoners of war because he's gay?
Yeah.
That's pretty Halloweenish.
No, we're not.
Yeah,
That's scary. Do you think
I mean
that's
that had to
scary, Sam?
happen. I think these guys who ran the camps, they got to do whatever they wanted. So I'm sure they banged, and they got tired of banging women, and I'm sure they delved into.
What do you mean tired of banging women?
There's a rumor. That's why rock music, like all these rock music, like David Bowie, that's why there's rumors that they're gay because they can get any woman they want, and
They just started
and-
trying guys for fun.
Yeah, just whatever.
Do you
I think
do you think
it's
Michael-
not like they have any particular sex interest. They're just interested
They're
in
bored.
whatever's yeah, they're bored and it's whatever's
Do you
interesting.
think that's how
yeah.
Michael Jackson? Because Michael Jackson was a star when the Jackson 5 when he was like 10.
Yeah.
Right? So
Mhm.
do you think he just got so much pussy and then eventually like he started having sex with grown men?
Well, I think
that
he
by,
had
like,
problems from the beginning because
Well,
his
by
daddy.
the mid '80s,
his
he was
daddy
like, "I'm
abused
gonna
him.
fuck boys. That's the hardest. That's the.
See,
That's the
I
Mount
don't know that he.
Everest."
I will never believe that Michael Jackson actually had sex with those children. I don't. I think he
You
he
don't-
was
you're
crazy
doing like
by
a-
our standards, and he had parents that were scumbags all around him. But I think he just had slumber parties with those kids. I really think he did.
The Cat Williams joke, though.
You think it's like a Clintonian, like he's not counting blowjobs aren't sex, so therefore Michael
No,
Jackson...
I don't even think it's like that. I think he...
Like, what if it's fingering isn't sex?
I will never believe that Michael Jackson... Because I got to say, I was exposed to perverts very young.
They expose themselves to you.
And I can see the vibe and I never got that vibe. You know who I got it off of? Was his daddy.
Joe Jackson.
Oh, yeah. What's up with those eyebrows?
He's kind of like a black Nazi. He's probably the closest.
I'm not standing on that mountain either. You keep trying to turn everything into Nazis. I'm not going to do it.
I can see Joe Jackson being like...
He's a scumbag.
His children were kind of the Ubermensch of musical talent.
Yeah, they were.
And if you cannot get never can left behind in perfect sync, then I shall hit your brother with a switch in front of you until you can.
Love that impression. I mean, you're good at it. Yeah, you're good at it.
Dude, Jonah has been talking about Battle. He watched it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he has not seen
Yeah. Well, no, it's a good movie, man. You need to see. You need to see The Great Escape then too. Also, okay. You need to see. There's a bunch of. No. It's they're trying to jump over the Swiss border to get out of.
Escape at Soapy Boy.
My mother and I both believe that Lee Marvin is one of the whitest men you can be. So if you have Lee Marvin,
This is what you talk to your mom about?
Yeah, I'm like, if you have Lee Marvin in a room with like other white people, if like I were to go in a room with Lee Marvin and somebody said, "Hey, point to the white guy," you point at Lee Marvin.
Yeah.
You know, because he
great actor.
He owns a home.
Great actor.
You and your mom are just sitting around the kitchen table, just power ranking the whitest guy you can be.
Is your mom? Is your mom still partying? Does she still party?
What the fuck? I mean, she like parties with her dogs at Dog Beach. That's like
I got you. Yeah.
She likes Dog Beach. She likes the corn dogs you can get from AM PM. But they
Does she fry them or microwave them?
No, it's just AM PM, a little gas station.
Oh yeah, they come there. Yeah, they're on the roller. Yeah.
Like 2 for $3.
I like those too. Those are pretty good.
So, Snipes, we kind of want to get into some of the recent controversy surrounding the open mic scene. Mm-hmm. And Jackson,
Which one?
That's why
I'm still trying to figure out why there's controversy around no audience. But let's dive into it.
This is a new series that we're calling Jocks, where we interview open micers and kind of get their vibe on the scene.
The Jocks are shocked.
And the Jocks are shocked. So we're here with fellow jock Snipes.
I mean, I was an actual jock in school before I started. Before I got into rock and roll and cigarettes, I was a jock. I was in all the sports. I went to prom with a cheerleader, the whole bit. Yeah, I was a middle linebacker.
Did you make her wear her outfit while you fucked her?
A man does not. What's the point of taking a cheerleader to prom? She's wearing the big mum you bought her. Do you know what a mum is? A mum is this huge ass flower that you have to buy the chick you take to the prom. And
why you in the club if you ain't popping the bottles and fucking the models? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing here? So Jackson,
Snipes, what we want to ask you is what shocks you? What about, if there's, if there was anything you could change about, the comedy scene in New York, or, what you think it needs, or what you think needs to be changed? What would you change if you could wave a magic wand and, change anything about
Well, I tell you, I'd like to see the host become more serious about hosting. I'd like to see them treat everything like a show, because if it's all things equal, none of us are going to fucking make it. We're just here doing it for fun, right? And we might as well have fun. I wish hosts would be more serious about hosting, but I no longer host, so I can't. I guess I can't really talk about it. But I was very serious about hosting when I hosted. I showed up on time, did it right.
What about the one time that I was at an open mic at the Blue Room and you were about 10 minutes late?
When was that?
I guess sometime the last month.
Was I hosting and I was late?
I think you were hosting.
Nah, I've never been late when I will not stand on that mountain.
Maybe I'm thinking of another white guy.
I mean, there's a bunch of us.
That's true.
And Snipes' defense, he does impromptu host a lot.
That's
so he
true.
could have.
Yeah, but
been
no
doing
more,
something
no
like
more,
that.
no more. Yeah, no, I probably
well,
won't.
why have you stopped impromptu or hosting in general?
You have to keep time. You can't really have fun
It
when
sucks.
you're hosting. Yeah, it sucks
Hosting
ass,
sucks.
man. It
Stop
sucks
with
ass.
those.
Yeah,
Anything.
it sucks
A
ass.
show,
But if
a
it's your whole
live-
shtick, if you're advertising heavily that you host a show, like you should be
Some
pretty
people are
serious.
great at it. Some people are so good.
Yeah,
at
I mean, I'm good at it.
Housewives love hosting.
Jonah's a good host. Jonah, especially if he just goes up and just like fucks around for 5 minutes, it like sets like a really good tone.
Yeah,
for Mike.
the host
you.
sets the tone for the show, and there can be no audience, but when you're having a good show, and the host is a big part
I
of
will
it.
say,
The intros
Jonah-
in between.
Jonah's a good host at setting the tone of the room. I feel like he will forget to light people, and people will for sure go late.
So
and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
the
And
stuff
people
that's
will probably
alright.
be late.
So let's just be clear. The stuff that's closest to Nazism, right? Having everything run on time, reaching the objective.
For the record,
I'm
yeah.
bad at that.
You're bad at that.
But the stuff
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
being straight, being a jock, and having fun,
Yeah.
that's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, for every bit that I was a jock, those same jocks beat the shit out of me every day for about the few months I was still in
'Cause you
school
were
after.
kind of like a punk kid.
Yeah, I went punk. Yeah, I hated that. Like,
yeah,
I've had to lay. I've had fights that went so long that I was exhausted. I just laid there and let them kick the shit out of me, and they were screaming the F word at me every time.
You were doing like the child defense, like when you get tired of your parents beating the shit out of you, you're just like, well.
Well,
I'll
I mean,
stop crying.
listen. I mean, when there's 5, 6 guys and they're intent on fighting you
Yeah.
finally realize, fuck it, man. I'll just lay there. They'll get bored, and that's it works. They get bored and leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as long as you keep fighting, they're just gonna keep beating the shit out of you.
So you're
Yeah.
saying the best thing to do is like if you're just overwhelmed is to just kind of fucking just like lay there and then
Yeah,
like,
it still
wait for
works.
life
Works
to
in a lot of
pass you by.
situations. If people want to have a fight with you, just lay there.
Uh-huh.
Let them have their fight.
Uh-huh.
It'll be all right. They'll be all right. And I gotta say, all the jocks that beat me up are dead now. So there is a justice in the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of methamphetamine. Methamphetamine laid a stripe across all
the
of
line.
Texas. Methamphetamine. Just everybody got
Everyone
it.
was doing
Especially
that.
in the Metroplex, because Irving was a big meth hub.
Do you think that's when the Mexicans moved in? A lot of people died because
I was raised around Latin folks, and they're some of the finest people that I've ever met in my life, and I still work with them regularly when I volunteer. Some of the people that come in there are and I am on my 390th day of Duolingo Espanol.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
it's-
Benissimo.
that's Benissimo is not Spanish.
Oh, I think it could be.
bueno,
It's
pa.
Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has noticed.
Nah, I don't think they care. So hosting, and then seems like a lot of people really want to just complain about other people's comedy instead of working on their own. Maybe seems to be a very popular
Damn.
thing.
Woke mob.
Yeah, it seems to be a very popular thing. And what's crazy is I'm wokish. I'm like it ain't even woke to me. It's just
we
being
can
nice.
tell. We can tell. I've never
I'm-
seen you sleepy once in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
I've never seen you drowsy. I know you're fucking woke the fuck up.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
if I resemble anything that ain't woke, it's because I fell asleep in the 90s waiting for these motherfuckers to get here. I took all the ass whoopings.
There we go.
I took all the,
Good
it's funny when somebody covered in devil tattoos is scared of me. I find that just fascinating, but that
Who are we talking about?
every girl in Bushwick.
So we have some problems. There's the girls. There's some of the ladies have some problems, or
Nah, listen, nobody has a problem. Let
Problems
them
are just
be
an
them.
illusion.
None of us are
Yeah.
gonna become huge comedy stars. Let
Yeah.
people have their fun,
You're saying it's sort of like a Buddhist, like the basketball, the rim of the basketball. It's like you think there's something inside the rim, but the rim is just air.
Mm.
You get rid of the rim.
There you
get
go.
rid of the idea of the problems. It's all just
Yeah.
putting balls through air.
Just lay there and take it. It'll be all right. They'll
Yeah.
get bored and move on.
Yep.
Yeah, and bullies come in all forms. All forms.
Uh-huh.
I've dealt with bullies my whole life.
So,
Yeah,
cyber.
never. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Fat women, those can be bullies.
that is inappropriate to say because we do not fat shame anymore.
fat
We do
shame.
not, and I don't even
Alright.
think you can use the word fat. My
Alright.
best friend in the world is
Alright.
my drummer.
Alright,
my
I'm
former
sorry.
drummer.
I'm sorry. Great big whales of a woman. Right? Those can be bullies.
I mean, anybody can, and the internet has made it possible for everybody to be a possible bully
it's
now.
also made it
and,
possible for fat women to pretend they're not
Yeah.
fat.
The guys that comment on my roast battles.
Yeah. The guys. That
So
call-
what are those roast battles like? I've yet to even see one.
They are.
Is there audience?
They would like you. Definitely DM Matt. He would definitely, if you want to do it, he would
Shit.
have.
No, I don't have luck with people named Matt.
Oh, you don't?
Why
Yeah,
not?
I don't know. The
'Cause it's
host
the
named Matt are
New
really.
Testament, and you're like a
Yeah,
punk
maybe it
rock,
is.
like-
Matt is short for Matthew. I think
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's
yeah.
the whole they're inherently mad that I don't recognize their biblical name. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're
Now
like-
I don't have problems with anybody. People have problems with me, and
Why do you think people
when
have problems with you?
I don't know. I mean, I do say some things that are perhaps controversial, but I go online and Chappelle said it fucking on SNL and they thought he was a genius.
well,
It's
When
just,
Chappelle says the N word, it's okay.
I have never listen.
I know.
I've
I'm just Josh.
in the town I grew up in. Early there was it was about 10% black, and I
Okay.
was always
You gotta be careful.
I got beat
Those are
pretty
the-
often
those
for
are the
hanging
kind of
out with the black
numbers-
folks all
those
the
are
time.
kind of numbers where it's like it could go one way or it could go the other way.
You're putting words in my mouth. I did
It's
not say that. The
10%,
10%,
it's
I tell you, the
white-
10% of black folks in Early was the only reason the town was worth a shit.
Yeah. A lot of neighborhoods were 10%, and then it's all of a sudden it's 20. You know what I mean?
Early's a fascinating town anyway, but it's the
In
one place in
Texas.
it's the one place in the world where the population's going down. Like the population's booming all the entire
What
face
about-
of the earth
what about-
everywhere.
what about-
In Early, it's steadily going down
What
because
about
nobody.
Detroit? It's kind of going down there, right?
Yeah, Jonah wants to buy a house in Detroit. When you said
Wow.
I own 2 homes, that's like Jonah's dream.
Oh,
is to
I
just
would
own a
love
home.
to own property. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, it's different buying a house because you're married and can get one, as opposed to trying to own property for a real estate investment.
What I would
I was
do-
certainly not. That was
What I would
never our
do-
plan. Yeah.
I would do is if I owned a home in Michigan, is I would fix it up, and then for pleasure, I would collect like fishing anglers. And then I would organize all my anglers while listening to the radio, and then go fishing like 3 to 4 days a week.
You need ham radio. You need ham radio in that equation. That'll
Yeah.
make it. You need ham radio
I want
for
to get
sure.
one of
That's
the
everybody else.
truckers radio, and I could just kind of be. We got like a police scanner. And
Yeah.
a truck, so I can
Police
just
scanner,
kinda
you need
listen
that
to
for
both
sure,
At
yeah.
the same time.
Wow, you might be my father. That was
Hell
my
yeah.
You
my
just
father was a meth cook, and he had
No
every
kidding.
yeah, and he had
Walter White.
huh.
He's like Walter White.
Yeah, well, he cooked bathtub meth. It was not the finest meth on the mat. And yeah, it was the
really?
Pink
yeah.
more, probably more.
Yeah, it would
So
often
he was,
be
he
brown.
Was more of like a like you know how like a lot of housewives are terrible cooks because they like wanted to have careers.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
father, like, he never wanted to be like a meth cook, but he's
Yeah.
like, well, if this provides for my family,
no,
I'm married.
he
to
had
this
no
bitch
interest
that
in
I
providing for his
hate.
family. He never.
Why
I don't
was he
think he
cooking
ever.
meth?
I don't think he ever paid child support once in the
Well,
entire
yeah, I
time
wouldn't be,
that,
if I
that
was
he was
fucking
alive.
cooking meth
Yeah.
and providing fucking money for my family.
Now he was providing a means for him to stay awake for days and days
Stay
and talk whatever idiot that needed meth into banging him occasionally. That was his.
So he was like a Nazi.
When did
Do
he
the
kill-
accent. Do the accent. Do it.
Nah, that's alright.
Be a meth cook. Do the
Nah,
accent.
that's
Yeah.
alright.
When did he kill Gus Fring?
See, that's I don't understand that reference, but I
You
assume
know
it has
Breaking Bad?
it has. No, I've never seen Breaking Bad. No, I
dude.
never was drawn to it because I know meth shit. Like I've lived that shit. It's not fascinating to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I did see one scene where there's this Latin drug lord who's buying from him, and he sniffs the line of it. And then he immediately
yeah.
takes out the gun and blows the guy away.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen that shit happen. Like shit
Really?
like that. Yeah, I've seen gunplay. I've seen beautiful people that were decent die.
What
I've
about-
seen criminals take advantage of the situation. Yeah, go ahead.
You want to see a little horseplay? You want to see a little horseplay?
you're not ticklish.
No, not at all.
I
Not
love
ticklish.
horseplay.
Yeah.
I'm always getting yelled at work. They're like, stop horseplaying.
You're a weird motherfucker, Jonah. I go the Nazi accent, the horseplay. Did you like a little horseplay?
Okay, I like that. Let's see it.
No, I can't do it. I can't do a Nazi good. I can't.
Should we start a band and sell ecstasy? Then we could all save up for a home, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it works out as good. I happen to be in the perfect window for the music career I had and for the drug career I had, if you can call it that. I just happened to be at the hub where meth was hitting and was made in Texas, and ecstasy was Dallas was a hub of ecstasy too. I happened to just. And I worked my way up from being a street runaway
Gotcha. Yeah.
to selling ecstasy in the Stark
like
Club.
These new punk kids that just want it all at once. You understand the value.
Well, I don't know that there is punk kids anymore. Really,
there's so many.
yeah, I
punk
mean,
kids.
when you can go on I remember we used to have to make all the leather shit that we wore. Like if we wanted it, we had to make it. We went to a place called Tandy Leather and got the shit to make it. Now they just go on Temu and like there's
Dude,
15
I
skull
see-
bracelets and they're all made out of cardboard.
I see so many fucking punk kids. The other day I was taking the subway and these fucking punk kids, they were playing music real loud and it's like I couldn't read, and then they were like holding the door open for their friends, and I was like, you punk kids, you quiet down, I'm gonna read the paper.
Did you use the Nazi voice?
No, why would I do fucking, I'm tired. I don't like punk kids that like got no respect for the society, you know what I mean, or the rules of the train, and so that's I think there's too many punk kids.
Well, yeah, I mean it is you live in Bushwick, of course.
What's up?
I mean, Bushwick is considered. I don't. From what I hear, it's like the mecca of tattooed, pierced people now. Like, yeah, the whole city now. I mean, everywhere I go now, everybody's pierced and covered in tattoos, and I mean, it's kind of the world that. I used to go to political protests and things, and we believed in a utopia, a coming utopia, where everyone could look how they wanted, be how they wanted. It's kind of gratifying. It's kind of gratifying to see everybody have the freedom to look and be how they want. I find it very, 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 very cool. I really love it. Now, it's funny. I talk to people that are just covered in piercings now all the time, and
You're like, you fucking punk kid, you need to get
no,
your
it's not even punk anymore. It's everything's its own culture. Like, there is all my friends on Facebook are old punk people I know, and
I see a lot of tattooed people with piercings, and I'm always like, you cannot stay on my couch. We've
well,
been friends for a couple years. If you gotta move back to your parents for a month, that's your fucking fault.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they cannot in New York. You cannot. You can't discriminate against someone for having piercings and tattoos. There's a bank by my house, and when I walk by there's a teller, face piercings, big, huge neck too, and that's a teller at the bank. I see them I look in there and like, wow, how times have changed because
Doctor,
the reason.
Do you want what if you walked into surgery and the doctor had?
Yeah, that's a little. I'd say it would depend on their. I mean, I would be a little wary, but then if they talk the talk and walk the walk, I'd be like, yeah, let's try it.
Everyone wants to go in through the cervix, but I'm like, I'm anti-establishment, man. I do my own thing.
What about? All right, I got a question for both of you. What about on one hand you have like a brain surgeon? He's like a regular dude, except he's got like tattoos and piercings. He's got like a ton of face tattoos. And then the other surgeon is a black woman. Now, which of those two are you going to choose?
The black woman, for sure.
You're going to choose the black woman?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it would come down to my interaction with them. You know,
Okay,
like it'd be the quality of doctor they are. I mean, we're not idiots. You have your phone right there. You can look up what they're telling you. You know,
the black woman is like, I laughed so hard at this episode of How I Met Your Mother that I watched yesterday. And then
that's a tough one. I've seen every episode of How I Met Your
Yeah.
Mother, but yeah, that would say something. I mean, that would be a tough one. Yeah, I've seen every episode. I love Barney.
Yeah.
You watch it for Barney. Yeah. It really should be called the Barney
The
Show.
black woman's like, I've recently been watching Martin on TikTok. You know,
I've seen every episode of Martin.
Yeah.
We used to only have TV, so when these shows were on, we had TV and the VCR and cable.
Yeah.
That was it. So I've seen every episode of all these shows.
Did you ever
I-
make porn
it-
on VCR?
Hmm?
Did you ever make your own porn for like VHS?
Oh yeah, there's and
That's-
ironically, I was telling somebody last night when I lost the house, there was videotapes
Yeah.
that we left in there when we left. We didn't take everything, and there's somewhere there's video of me and my first wife
just fucking going
floating
to
around
town.
somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's floating
Like,
around
the-
somewhere.
Like Pam Anderson and the guy from Motley Crue.
The guy Tommy.
Yeah.
Tom-
Yeah, on meth too.
This is
I
the
forgot
Jocks
his
of
name. I
comedy.
forgot.
But they were probably. I mean, Pamela and Tommy were probably. They say they were probably on drugs when they made that film too. Probably meth. Tommy Lee loves methamphetamines.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good drug.
The Nazis also. A lot of
Dude,
meth.
they did.
The
yeah.
Nazis in it. We used to have a type of meth that they called Nazi dope, even because it was. They.
Now,
they're-
Pamela, look at I can steer the boat with my penis.
No,
It's so
they really
large.
did. They made up a formula for their pilots, and Hitler got hold of it and loved it too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you got to
They're all
remember.
doing
Hitler was on opium and meth the whole fucking
Holy
time.
shit.
Yeah.
You think that's
So was
why-
Kennedy. Kennedy's doctor came and injected
Yeah.
methamphetamines right into his back.
You think that's why Hitler was into the occult? Is because he was,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like seeing like
Well-
a different layer. He was like, dude, like going. You know when you do like drugs so much, where you're
Yeah.
like, I'm seeing into different universes.
Yeah, I mean, it comes from staying awake a long time, and it really makes you. I'm telling you, you can do all the hallucinogens in the world, but there's no better hallucinogen than staying awake a long time, man. That's when you start. Like every shadow's moving. You're like, what's that over there? What's that?
Yeah.
You're looking out the window. You're seeing every car's got cops in it. Fucking, you're like, and you're seeing it. Like it's really happening. So
Yeah.
it's of course it's really not happening, but in your mind it's happening. You might be. Have you ever seen somebody smoke crack before? You ever seen the way somebody smokes on crack? Acts when they smoke crack.
Yeah, I've seen my life. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wait, crack.
Crack
Wait,
immediately.
crack?
Crack immediately
Actually,
makes you like you
yeah.
are after you up for 3 days
I
on
don't think I've ever been
methamphetamine.
around. I would never. Be
Yeah,
around.
you wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. But I've been around all the drugs and people doing them.
I do think more of like I'd go to like the country club. You know what I mean? That's more like my. I don't like do crack.
No, go to the country club.
There's
I
some
go-
crack
I
out at
play-
the
I
country
played
club.
Tennis at the country
You do
club.
play tennis, yeah.
Yeah, and none of the
I like
members
tennis.
would be doing crack. Yeah, they were talking about like stock options. Yeah.
Stock options. Well, stocks are a form of crack. I mean, like,
You think so? You think,
yeah, you
think
can waste a lot of
success-
money on it before it pays off, and then you're always chasing that one score again when you, especially if you're day trading. Oh my God, that's
Do you think like
that's very
success
cool.
is an addiction?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. What is the? I don't think there's any real formula to success because I talked to not to go back to the open mic scene, but I talked to open micers and they say, "Oh, I've been doing this 5 years."
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
That's
I don't
tough
think
to
there's,
use,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't think there's a formula to succeed in anything. I think it winds up being kind of random. So what you have to do is just practice your art form the
Yeah.
best way you can, you know, and hope for the best. And that gets back to controversy surrounding the open mic scene. I don't get it, you know, like why we're all doing the same thing,
There's-
you know,
there's-
like
there's
why do you
been-
want to pick on each other? I
There's
don't get
been
it.
some women that have alleged that they don't feel comfortable around you.
Yeah,
Do you
I
think-
still-
do you
yeah,
think they're
I mean,
prudes or like
No,
what?
no. I have heard such, but I have not been told who they are. And every woman that I talk to says, "Oh, whatever." So
some
yeah,
women,
yeah.
Some women, it's
So-
like, you know when some women they cry and it's like they just want attention.
That's a
It's-
ridiculous notion.
some
All right,
women-
we are not going to
some-
function in a world where women cry. Well, I mean, women are not 7-year-old girls. They do
Yeah.
not cry for attention. When they have problems, they're real, and they have a right to address them.
I think so.
I prefer to live with a woman over a man anytime. They have
Well, I mean, me too. It's kind of, yeah, living with a woman, pretty tight. Living with men, kind of funny.
I mean, it has its moments, but then I mean, y'all seem to be doing it all right. But I
don't live here.
Yeah, this is my room.
yeah, yeah.
But why do you think those women? What do you think that they?
I don't even know who they are, and I only know the only close contact that I have had with women was me saying, "Oh, we are absolutely not going to have sex." So yeah, that's the only close contact that I've had with any women outside of a performance scenario. I do know that I have a bit that I like to do that consists of rape, conquest, and opium. And if they don't know their history, conquest and opium, rape, conquest, and opium. Our entire Western society is formed on rape, conquest, and opium. And if you don't know your history, it's not really my problem that you don't know the history of our of the world. It's not my problem. And so, I care about people's feelings, but I'm not gonna get too broken up about it. Like I'm on a different arc.
Do you think these young women are spending too much time on the Instagram, on the TikTok, when they should be like hitting the library reading history books?
I mean, no, I'm not gonna put that on somebody. I'm not here to tell people what they're doing wrong. That's not really where I'm at. I can only control what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep being me. That's what I'm gonna keep doing.
Nothing's gonna stop you.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing this thing.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think keep on keeping on is a good one. Why don't you tell us more about who are these, the raping, the history, and the opium? What's going on there?
Well, all of Western society is based roughly on the British interpretation of the Western world, the British Empire was formed on rape, conquest, and opium. First, the two run together, you start with the conquest, and then you rape to change the culture inherently. Yes, and then the opium comes in later, England's been in a thing called the Opium War, for crying out loud. We inflicted it on the nation where it came from, China.
And that's why General George was like, "Nah, we're not doing that shit. This is America."
Who? General George Washington?
Yeah.
Oh, he was an opium. They were all on.
We're not doing heroin. We're not raping. And we're not having Chinese people.
I guarantee you, Washington's troops did some raping.
No,
it's a big part of war.
Honest.
Fellas, I gotta pee. Can I get up and pee and come back?
Yeah.
Bedspread.
Yeah. Snipes, what's the blackest thing you've ever done?
That's a tough call.
Yeah,
I've spent a shitload of time with black, like way more than most people, because when I was I've spent more time with black folks than many of the black folks I meet now. It's crazy. I was involved with an organization called Acorn in Texas early on. There was a conspiracy that Acorn fixed the election over Obama. The same Acorn. It's a liberal cause organization that I was highly involved in, and I was at one of the early Juneteenth celebrations in Texas.
So like, 1865?
Yeah, 1983 or 4, something like that. Yeah.
Pretty old.
Yeah, and if you don't know, Juneteenth was. I'm not surprised. Juneteenth was not a national holiday until.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, and the movement began in Texas because the whole thing is about the slaves were not freed till 90 days after the war was over, because news didn't get to Texas, and the Texas slave owners were like, "Cool, we'll let you keep being slaves." They didn't tell the black folks.
It's sort of like squatting or paying rent. You got 90 days of being there. You got 90 days a slave until finally you get to be free.
Yeah, I mean, we can make light of it. However, it's yet another horrible scar on America regarding our treatment of black folks. And so I really, and I won't claim that I can ever comprehend for what it's like to be black for even 5 seconds.
I think I know what it's like to be black.
I don't think we can ever tell because,
you probably like wake up and you're like, why am I fucking looking at my phone again? I just woke up. I should be fucking going to the gym. And I think probably a lot of black people are like,
that sounds a lot like.
That's an every person thing. However,
that's how I feel when I wake up.
However, we can do that, and people say, "Oh, that's interesting." But if a black person tries to relate that story, the white person's going to say, "So, what is it like for you to be black and have that happen?" Nobody's ever going to ask us what it's like to be black.
The white person's like, "Do you want pork chops with watermelon gravy?" That's what white people are like. Hey, do you guys fuck with
I see the jock now. I see the jock thing. I get it. Yeah. But I was there was
We fuck with black people heavy. Jackson's a big fan of the NBA.
I know Jackson plays basketball.
Not very well recently.
Yeah, but you go and do pickup games.
Yeah, Jordan and I play.
And there's a
Play
pickup
well,
court right by my house, and I walk
Picking up
past it all the
chicks?
time. No, it's a pickup ball.
PUA?
Like, it's a basketball court, and they play pickup games out there.
Do you have a favorite pickup artist?
No, not at all. I
Yeah.
find it a disgusting art form.
Mine is probably Real Social
Yeah.
Dynamics, Tyler.
He
Yeah.
says his.
I think
Okay,
the
so
whole.
when I was 19, I was when I was when I was 19, I was obsessed with this YouTube channel called Real Social Dynamics Tyler, and he would just fly. He would do courses on how to pick up chicks.
Yeah.
And he would just fly to different
Yeah,
cities,
so-
go to nightclubs, and then like fuck chicks. So he'd like be in Maui, and he'd be like, "This is how you spit game, man. You can't have like a lack of confidence. Oh, you didn't iron your shirt? Who fucking cares, man? Are you gonna fuck this girl, or are you gonna go home and jerk off?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "I'm gonna go fuck the girl."
I mean, I guess I had decent game because I've always,
Yeah.
but I do not believe that we should be treating women or whatever you're into. You should, we should not be treating people as just things we can stick our dick in. You know, like we
Yeah.
shouldn't be
Yeah.
thinking of the world like that. You know,
Uh-huh.
and on the other hand, I will tell you, go out and have fun while you're young. But when you come back on the back side of it, when you see how empty all that is,
I
you're
love
gonna
coming
see.
on the backside. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
That's kind of my
Yeah,
thing.
it's all empty and fleeting, you know. And you guys,
And not until
you've been
once
married.
You fill it up. It's no longer
Like
empty.
you've been in a fairly substantial relationship before. Is it? Yeah. And you have you? Yeah. Oh well, wait till you see. Once you get women that you care about. Once you get women you care about that other than your mom, you know, you really realize how we as a society really just fuck them over every chance we can, and I don't want to be part of that. You know, like I just don't want to be part of that.
You want women to fuck you over.
Yeah, it's, you know, I mean. That's a
I've
tough
fucked
call
women
because
on both sides.
I do tend to like women that are smart enough to fuck me over, you know. So
You
it
can't
might.
trust 'em.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I like, but I don't really. God, my style. You know, I'm 2 years no sex right now, and it's the happiest I've ever been in my life. Yes, and no porn, no masturbation, no nothing. I tell you,
That's the tough part.
I've never been happier in my life, man. Never been, because my and that's what I've said to women when I'm alone with them, and there's like you know, I can tell there's something. I'm like nope, no sex. I'm not having sex. Not gonna do this. I'm gonna leave and go downstairs because we can't be alone
Yeah.
because there's rumor, you know. And they apparently don't like that. So
Do you think that's maybe been like freaking out some of the women at these open mics? Is like
maybe,
like,
but I'm gonna keep being that
like,
way.
I can't be in the room
when they
alone
find a
with
guy
you.
that doesn't.
No, not in the room alone. No, I'm talking like on the
Just
roof
a
of
one-on-one conversation. Or
no, on the roof of apparently the roof of Tiny Cupboard is like a hot spot up there. A lot of
For
people go up
hookups.
there for romantic shit. Yeah, and I didn't know that. And so a couple times I've been up there
Let me
with
get my notes app out.
yeah, like
Okay.
talk to. Apparently,
You wanna name names.
no, I won't name names, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to name the women that I was up there with.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
they're in my peripheral.
Okay.
Y'all can
And
figure
were
it
any
out.
of them hot?
Yeah.
So you were going to the roof like.
Yeah, like let's
Just
go
to
check
chat.
it out. Yeah, let's go check it out.
But
Hey, this
someone
a
maybe
roof thing.
took that as like, oh,
Maybe.
he's putting the moves on me.
Nah, because
You're
there's
not-
no. See, everything I said was I am absolutely not putting the moves on you, and I'm the fuck out of here.
You know what I
Yeah,
like?
so
Hey, putting the boobs on me.
Ah,
you know what
God.
I mean? How about that?
the jock rears
How
its
about
ugly
we
head.
stay there? Yeah, I'm the jock of comedy.
Oh,
And,
what?
and did you ever play sports?
Yeah, he played tennis. He was captain of the champion tennis team.
Tennis team.
Yeah. Bro, I was fucking captain of the
Yeah,
tennis
yeah,
team,
those
man.
the jocks that beat my ass would have beat your ass. They used to beat up the soccer
fuck
players.
no,
the
dude.
two, the football players hated the soccer
Fuck
players too.
no,
Now
dude.
soccer's huge now, but
Football,
it was,
football versus football.
They were-
yeah,
they
the
were-
football players would beat up the soccer players too. They were there was a couple of them that were kind of new wavy.
They would have.
They were new wavy, like,
beat me up.
Yeah, they would. If there's a will, there's a way. I've been beat up by the KKK, Jocks.
I'm gonna tell you.
And
I'm gonna
Confederate
tell you why-
hammer skins.
I'm gonna tell you why they wouldn't have beat me up, dude. Because You don't beat up a guy that fucking is blasting the Eagles out of his Trans Am.
They do like Trans Ams.
You don't
They
get-
do
I'm a
fucking
type
love
guy,
Trans
I love a
Ams. Yes,
sick
they
Trans
do.
Am,
That
dude.
might pull you through.
Yeah.
There was one particular bully named Terry Ray,
I
and he
understand.
had a Trans Am, and it was a
Snipes.
beater of a
I
Trans Am.
understand
But
the
yeah,
concept of being rich enough not to get beat up.
yeah, that's true.
That is kind of how it works.
Yeah, if you provide that cool guy house thing for them to hang out, were
You
your
can suck. No, I wasn't rich.
were your parents at home? Were your parents not home, and they come over and hung out and had
No,
everybody hang out at your house?
My parents are like warlike. You know, my parents are sort of tribal and warlike, so they don't stay far from the home.
I got you.
They like having food sources that they can
Yeah.
live next to.
Are your parents
Fresh
like
water.
kind of liberal right wingers? Kind of like
my
they-
parents
they're
are,
liberal, but they like want to stockpile food and they don't get the vaccination and shit like that. Yeah, is that?
I don't know. I've only ever talked to my parents about the Lakers. You know what I mean? So I would know.
That's not true. That's not
I
true.
don't think
No,
that's
my
true.
parents, I've described
I
this
don't
before,
think that's
my parents
true.
are what they call like
Yeah.
Reagan Democrats.
Yeah.
So my parents are like blue collar people.
Gotcha.
They
Yeah.
think that we don't believe, like, we love America, we love this country,
Mhm.
but we also don't believe,
Yeah.
we think the corporations and the governments have always tried to fuck people over.
Yeah.
And then like like my mom, she voted for like Ralph Nader,
Gotcha.
John Kerry,
Yep.
Obama, Trump the second time.
Yeah.
And then she voted for like Hillary,
Yeah.
Jill Stein.
Yeah, I got to tell you,
My father, I think, voted for like
Yeah.
John McCain one of those years. But
all the people that I was in the '80s with that I saw,
yeah.
doing totally gay stuff is now right wing.
Like
if they're
being
alive,
Nazis.
yeah, but
Nazis are, that's some
no
gay ass
Nazis.
shit.
I gotta say the closest thing I've been to Nazis are Confederate hammerskins, and you can look them up.
That's some
They
weird-
started in
yeah.
Dallas, and I knew all those. I knew the guy that threw the chair at Geraldo.
No,
his name was Holland.
See,
Yeah,
in my
grew up with that
family-
kid.
in my
Yeah,
family, Like our political culture is, we believe Geraldo is a hero.
yeah.
We believe Geraldo Rivera, despite any ethnicity, is a good Avenger.
I don't know. I can find a possible mountain to stand on about Geraldo. I just don't care enough about him.
Yeah, he was like.
But you got to
social
remember,
media
I actually
before
invested
social
the
media.
time in
Yeah.
watching that stupid vault thing that he did. I actually watched it when it
Okay,
happened, and
yeah,
he had
yeah.
you there for 3 hours. 3 hours in prime time.
What's
Millions
gonna
of people
happen?
watching.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? What are we going to find? And then there was nothing in there. And watching him play it off like they had, it was difficult to watch. And I realized then I'm not going to care too much about Geraldo Rivera
What he should
ever.
have done is fucking did like 3 hours of like, okay, we're finally gonna open up a synagogue. You know what I mean? There's like, who's really?
You're on the tangent.
Yeah.
Do the voice.
No.
It was open up a synagogue. they're all about documentation.
Yeah.
They were worse than the Romans. That's how they wound up getting busted so
Yeah.
bad. It's because they
Yeah.
documented everything.
Yeah, that's why.
Which brings up the story
of
of-
everybody. Me, my homies, were all undocumented, baby. Trump, you can't get us. That's what's up.
I support undocumented people, man. I
Yeah.
say let them, if they're here, let them freaking do it. I mean, let them have a run at it. That's what this country's about. It's not how you got here, it's that you're here. If you're going to be positive, you're going to contribute. I'm not here to tell people they have to leave. Now, they parade around these criminals that they find. However, it's very easy to see the documentation. It's only like 3% of undocumented people are criminal, which is a far less average than our average here. The
Yeah,
three of
but-
us, the crimes that I've
So you're saying the three of us, one of us would be undocumented?
no, but the crimes done by us is going to be way higher than 3 undocumented people.
Dude, that would be a sick podcast name. Crimes by Us.
Crimes by us. Yeah.
That sounds.
Well,
cool.
I could
That could be
fill
a
a.
cool rap
You know,
album.
I've been to
Yeah.
baby prison, so yeah.
You've been to
Baby
juvie?
prison, baby. No, I was in juvie too. Yeah, I was in
baby prison,
I was in a
juvie, or
thing
like
called.
the Neverland Ranch. Like,
I was in
what
a.
is
I tell you, it
it?
was pretty. There were some creepy people in there, and I was in a thing called alternative education program a lot.
Yeah, so
that was
were like-
that was the
what's-
bad kid
you were
school.
like
Bad
listening
Kid
to like
School.
Red Hot
That was the
Chili
bad kid
Peppers.
school.
You
No,
were like, we're
Red Hot Chili
alternative,
Peppers are
bro.
punks. Fuck Red Hot Chili Peppers. They got decent after they got really hooked on heroin, but the early Red Hot Chili Peppers couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand them.
Suck.
Although Flea is in a great movie called Suburbia, which I think is one of the best movies about the LA punk scene in the 80s. Yeah.
Members, Anthony Kiedis, he sucks, right?
Yeah, I can't stand him.
But Flea is the good, like, the
Yeah,
creative one.
Flea's really the whole thing
I
of
got
Red
you.
Hot Chili Pepper.
We're gonna end it
Guitarist,
here.
yeah.
But serious question: McCartney or Lennon?
Lennon.
You're
All fucking
crazy,
day long.
dude.
All
right.
fucking I'm a Lennon guy. Yeah,
God,
yeah.
bro, McCartney's the fucking. That's the real G.
I mean, in many ways, yeah, I
Wait,
get
but
it.
Before can I ask Snipes two
Yeah.
questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, first question, if I can, what made you start the whole like 2 years no sex thing? If it's not too personal.
Historically bad decisions throughout my life, and blaming it on every other thing throughout my life, and then finally figuring out it was my penis all along that was making the bad decisions. 3 marriages, none of them, hundreds of relationships, hundreds, ranging from one night to freaking
Yeah.
a year, just, and all ruled by my dick. So, yeah, that's why. And I think y'all will come to some realization that, like, in your life. I hope you do before you're 54 fucking years
I
old.
do no fap, but it just involves me having like a ton of sex.
Yeah,
That's
I got
kind of
to.
how I've been doing
Yeah.
no fap.
I've been
I will say, y'all got it so easy with porn now. My wife,
Sick.
first wife, she's a big old heroin addict.
Mm-hmm.
She found a Playboy in a penthouse that I had. I wasn't even hiding it. It was in the magazines on the table.
Sure.
Yeah. I wasn't hiding it or anything. I had to go to marriage counseling for 9 months. over that shit. Yeah, so y'all got it easy with porn now.
Sometimes you watch a little porn so that you can get hard, and then when she comes in the door,
There's
you're
no
like,
problem
hey,
getting hard with her. She's
hey,
beautiful.
Guess what? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
No, she was beautiful. She's a runway model, 6
Yeah.
foot tall.
Sometimes
How
you
tall
want
are
a
you,
little
Snipes?
jump start.
I've shrunk, so I'm about 6'1" now, but I was 6'2" or 6'3" back then.
Yeah, you're fucking huge.
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
could see you used to play football. That makes sense.
I was a middle linebacker.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Hit on people.
Especially that age, you want to kind of fucking get up.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, and
bust
you
somebody.
you come off after a big play, and the cheerleaders come up and bounce all around you and love on. I mean, you're like, I see why
like,
guys
where's
are
that
jocks.
outfit?
I got to experience it a little bit. However, my experience after I was no longer a jock with the the guys who had been my friends, them just beating me up on
They
site.
turned on-
Really,
once you
yeah,
went punk, they
yeah,
turned on
yeah.
you.
They turned on me just as much as they were my buddies. So I know that about jocks. I know they got it in them, and I think that accounts for Trump getting reelected somehow. I don't know the math, but I don't know the math. But all right, well, thanks, fellas. I appreciate y'all doing this.
My
Oh, yeah,
mic
one
just
more
cut
question.
out. I
Yeah.
don't know if I missed. Is your mic still going, Jonah?
Yeah, what makes it done? All right.
Can I do one like bonus story? I don't know if this
Yeah.
is funny for the podcast,
Everybody,
but
it's Jackson's fucking
No.
talk time.
Do it.
No, I'm sorry. This I think I'm the only one that thought this story was so funny, but Snipes told me this story one time, and it just I swear I was the only. This is probably gonna not be good, but anyway.
No, tell
can
me.
You, can
Yeah.
you tell us the story of the time that you were playing that show and the guy threw a pellet of shit in the crowd?
No. That's Gigi Allen. I was playing bass for Gigi Allen. I was way too young to even be in the club, and his whole thing was pooping on stage. That's why people went and saw him. A horrible musician. His whole thing was pooping on stage. He was a heroin addict, which means you can't shit. You can't shit. So he would spend the whole time straining, and only a few dingleberries would come out. Then he would get pissed and throw the dingleberries in the crowd. And he happened to throw one at a punk chick, who promptly sued him because she was the daughter of the local assistant DA at the time in Dallas. Yeah.
The moral of the
Thanks for
story
remembering that, man. That's cool. Yeah.
I think the moral of the story is it's you can shit on stage hundreds of times.
Yeah.
You can throw your shit.
Just
Hundreds
don't
of
throw
times,
it
just-
at the DA's.
Yeah, don't
Alright.
throw it at the DA's daughter.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, you might throw it at the DA's daughter, so maybe best not to shit on stage.
Yeah. I don't think they're doing it anymore. I got a good friend named Danny Tantrum right now. He's probably in the cusp of performance art right now, and he doesn't poop on stage.
Yeah,
there's
he
not
thinks
any
it's
pooping on
grass.
it's
That's some kind of thing.
yeah,
If
and
I went
it's
and
just
saw
opening
that-
yourself up for a lawsuit.
If
You
I
know,
went
like
and
you
saw
throw poop
that-
around, people are gonna get mad.
If
Yeah.
I saw that at a concert, I would think these are some fucking punk young kids. I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I would like to say that in the old days they were kind of punks, but they were not. They were not. So, again, back to brand new world. Let's give it. God bless them all.
Yep. God bless them all.
God bless them
All
all.
right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
That's fun, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks,
guys.
guys.
I
Good
appreciate
pod.
it. Yeah. Good pot.